Okay, so here we are today. We're doing some one-arm rows for my mom's upper back workouts. So we're focusing on a squeeze in the back. Go ahead and smoothen these up a little bit more. There you go. So she wants to squeeze along the inside edge of the shoulder blade, and then she's trying to drive with her elbow high enough so that she gets the musculature base around here, not down there. So we don't want her lat, we want more like the upper back kind of area. So that's going to help us get more postural benefit because we're working on the shoulder blade positioning muscles, but then also it helps aesthetically because you get the muscles across the upper back rather than like the thickness in here, which most females don't like because it makes you look like a rounded like gorilla. So by keeping her elbow flared up, it's allowing her to get more across there. So this is a really good exercise for aesthetics of upper back for females and males too. So, but especially females, where you want the muscular detail and like ripped details, like muscle bumps and everything and stuff all across here, but you don't want the lats to get too large. So guys, this is very good too. However, male or female, if you're looking for like upper back for deadlift, you have to make sure you get your lats involved as well because they help you hold the bar on a deadlift. So this is more of like an aesthetic based technique. Now, the thing we're doing here is how many reps and stuff is what I really want to make the video for. Was my mom did 10 reps per arm, and then she's doing 7 and then 4. So this is a descending rep count on a back-to-back exercises. The reason why is we're supersetting this with another exercise. And if she were to only do 10 and 10, and then we walk over and do the other exercise, there's too much time in between. So by doing 10, 7, 4, it allows you to get a lot of workload, and then the time needed, let's go ahead and go over the other exercise, Mom. The time needed is actually, actually useful. So if it takes us 2 minutes to come over here and do this exercise, then we know if we did 10, 7, 4 reps over there, it's enough workload that these 2 minutes are useful. Okay, so now she's going to do what's called it's basically a high row or a shrug row. So we're leaning forward a little bit. She's going for 10. And her goal is to focus on this area. Again, we're focusing on this upper part. So the cable rows is a little bit of a lighter exercise because you're trying to be technically correct. And now for these are a heavier exercise. This is a type of overload. So my mom is using 40s actually. So and this is giving her a nice big stretch across those muscles, especially since we just came from over there. Okay, let's walk back over to the cable, Mom, and I'll time you out about a minute break. So by doing all this stuff kind of back and forth, like I said, it gives us an appropriate rest period in between the movements. So we're getting enough workload over here that the rest time to go over there and do that one and come back is appropriate. So that's one thing you can do with descending rep counts. So you still got a little bit of a breather, Mom. I'll tell you when to start. So with descending rep counts, instead of, like I said, kind of doing supersets where you do like 10 and 10 and then you take a big long break, you only have 10 to 15 seconds of tension per arm. So you don't need that long of a break, and you're actually going to be minimizing the results you can actually get. So go ahead and get yourself set up and go when you're ready. So if you just do 10 reps here on each arm and then walk over there and come back over here and it's always a 2-minute break, you're actually limiting your results. You're not getting the best workout you can get, and therefore you won't get the results you want out of your upper back training. So by doing it here where we do a descending rep count, 10s, 7s, and 4s, it's getting enough workload where you'll actually get the progress in terms of results that you're looking for. So it's a good technique to try. Anytime you're doing a unilateral movement, is trying that. Try 10, 7, 4, and then superset it with another exercise. So that allows you to get more workload in kind of the same amount of time. And you can make your workouts kind of shorter, higher intensity, and get better results as well. Okay, so as we're going through this, we'll go back over and I'll explain that other exercise as well. So, and again, during this, my mom wants to make sure she keeps her rib cage up a little bit more. She's getting dropped down. There we go. So by keeping the rib cage up, it allows her to keep these the focus. Anytime her rib cage drops, she's going to go down into these lat muscles, which we don't want on this exercise. So rib cage up, even more. Arch, 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 arch. There we go. So you can now see how hard she's driving through here. So that's going to really help. So how you do this, like in what terms of what position you hold, really dictates what muscles you get. So the lazier you get with your posture, the more you're going to accidentally or unintentionally recruit this lower lat part. So like I said, that's not what we want on this one. Good. So she's doing a really good job now. So this is the idea of how hard it should be, is that it's really freaking hard to keep good position, but you can kind of still do it. So if it's too easy and everything looks perfect, you're not going to challenge your muscles hard enough. If everything is so heavy that it gets sloppy and you're using a whole bunch of muscles you don't want, well then obviously that's not good either. So come on over here, we'll get one more set of this, and then I'll let her breathe with a longer rest period. So again, these shrug rows, it helps you kind of get an overload to the upper back. So this is a really good variation of a shrug if you want to build your upper back. And also it's a really good thing to pair with a light exercise for back, because this is heavier. You're going to get much more of an overload here. So it allows you to get a light plus a heavy stimulus, and that way you can really get progress in these muscles. So it'll only take you about maybe 10 to 15 minutes of a superset like this, and your back will be fried. So you can get a really good back workout in just 10 minutes or so.
My legs are fried.
That's because we did legs yesterday. So good job, Mom.